Pascal. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild, Haitian in the building, so original. Got the haters catching feelings. Get your hands up to the ceiling and keep them held high. Cause St. Louis is ready. Forget about it, goodbye. Hold up, we just saying hi. Five somebody, rise up. Weekdays, catch us live. Somebody, let's go.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Pascal Show. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. I hope you're all having a wonderful, marvelous Monday. It is Monday, everybody. It is time to wake all y'all asses up and do something positive with your week, because this is the start of the week. I mean, allegedly, well, it really isn't, but you know what I'm saying. It is the start of the week, so hopefully, you know what I mean, start of the work week. So hopefully you guys are out there doing your thing, doing something amazing and positive for yourself and for the others that you love around you, okay? For those that are around you, all right? Do something amazing. Do something positive today, all right? Because I'm watching, okay? I'm like Santa Claus. I mean, you know, technically it is like holiday season, right? So this is the time to say Santa Claus, because once Halloween is over, Santa Claus is coming to town. I mean, that's the last I checked, all right? Yes, there's Thanksgiving and all that, if you celebrate that. But at the same time, you know, Christmas is the next big ass, you know. That's when everybody... You know what I'm saying? People are usually putting up their trees and ish right after Halloween. Right? Isn't that how usually people do it? Never mind. I digress. So hopefully you guys are all doing well out there, enjoying your day. All right. Make it a wonderful one for yourselves today. And you know what? A really great way of getting it started is just hit that like button down below. You know what I'm saying? Send some positivity towards this show. I see a bunch of y'all starting to file in. We got a lot to talk about. Hopefully, we still do have my guest coming on here in a little bit. We are still waiting on my guest to come on. So hopefully she will be on here very shortly, Christine Brown. I'm very excited about having her on. She's basically family. So hopefully we will see her very shortly to chop it up and talk about all these things. But we do have a lot to unfold still. While she comes on, we still have a lot to talk about. We still have a lot going on here. Like you see in the title down below, AstroWorld, all the things that are revolving around it. Travis Scott and Drake are now caught in a lawsuit due to the tragedy that happened this past weekend in AstroWorld. I mean, this is at the AstroWorld Festival. And let me tell you something. This is some crazy stuff, y'all. This is absolutely crazy. So hit that like button. Send those likes all the way up. You know what I mean? Send it straight through the ceiling. All right. Also, for those of y'all who are just watching the show for the very first time, welcome to the Pascal Show. Please crush, annihilate, nuke that subscribe button. All right. If this is your first time checking out this show, it'd be great to have you a part of the family. Okay. Anyway, with all that stuff out the way. Oh, and also please join my Patreon, patreon.com/The Pascal Show. We got a lot of really great content over there, behind the scenes stuff, photos, you name it, everything over there. So please go over there. Or if you just want to support the channel, this little channel that could, the little channel that will, you know what I'm saying? Hit that join button down below. All right. We're not asking for so much. We're not asking for very much. Just a little bit of support so we can keep giving you your stories, your pop culture, and your controversies for the day. So anyway, my boy, my brother, Dave is in the house. What's up, man? How you doing, man?
Hey, man, I'm doing pretty good. A little tired, but ready to get into these topics. I saw you did about 3 videos on this, but I only watched the one where Travis Scott apologizes for what happens, kind of. But yes. There's a lot more new stuff to cover even since then from last night. Just a few more stories released.
Don't we have more stuff to talk about? I mean, we got so many other pieces that we gotta rap about. You know, especially names of the victims, a firsthand account of, or actually a family member talking about their loved one, losing their loved one at this festival, which is absolutely heart-wrenching. We still got to talk about this lawsuit, baby, which we will be talking about it. And we are going to recap the video where he is, where Travis Scott is talking about his ish. You know what I'm saying? And basically kind of quasi sort of maybe not really kind of apologizing, but not really wholeheartedly, kind of not sort of. I don't know. It's hard to explain we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna look into it. We got to jump into all this stuff. So let's get into the first things first. Our cover story of the day, our top story of the day. Travis Scott and Drake, of all people, are getting sued by people that were victims of this stampede that happened during the AstroWorld Festival. David's got the story. What's a Guam, bruh?
All right. So, like I said, Pascal does have a few videos on these from yesterday. You can also watch those after the show. But the latest updates are pretty much like Pascal just said. Travis Scott and Drake are both being sued for this incident. The specific language of the charges are for inciting mayhem due to the 8 people who were killed and dozens of other injuries that happened during the concert in Texas. Thomas J. Henry Law, which is a law firm, tweeted a story published by Daily Mail on the lawsuit, confirming on Sunday that it had filed one of the first lawsuits in Travis Scott's Astroworld Festival tragedy. The current plaintiff for that claim is 23-year-old Kristen Paredes, who was one of those that were severely injured on the 5th, just 3 days ago when the concert happened. At the same time, another lawsuit was filed in the state court, but in the city of Houston, the state court in the city of Houston, on behalf of one of the men who were injured. Attorneys for Manuel Souza sued Scott, the concert organizers, which are Live Nation, and several others, claiming that they were all responsible. Travis Scott himself posted a tweet on Saturday saying he was absolutely devastated by what took place. And he pledges to work with the Houston community to heal and support the families in need. Overall, there were 50,000 people at the concert, and Paredes, who's the one we already mentioned, filed the lawsuit, said that felt an immediate push as they got towards the front of the crowd, and they say that the crowd became chaotic and a stampede began. Many begged security guards hired by Live Nation Entertainment for help, but were ignored. So the lawsuit claims that Scott had incited mayhem and chaos at prior events, and that defendants knew or should have known of Scott's prior conduct. It also accuses Canadian rapper Drake, he was one of the headliners for the concert that Scott organized. So in this filed complaint, it says that as Drake came alongside Travis Scott, he helped incite the crowd even though he knew of Travis Scott's prior conduct. He continued to perform even as the crowd became out of control and the crowd mayhem continued. They're still releasing information on exactly everyone that was injured and killed. There was quite a few people injured. One of the victims reported was Brianna Rodriguez, who was a 16 high school student who was there at the time. Then there's Danish Baig, who was 27, who reportedly died while attempting to save his fiancee. This is the one that Pascal mentioned before. And there's also Frank Patino, a student from the University of Dayton, and his friend, who was 21, who went with him, also died. They ended up going to the event together and had been saving up for quite a while to get there, from what their family is saying. So the youngest of 5 siblings, named Rudy Pena, who was 23, died after he attended the concert. His sister told the Laredo Morning Times that he was the sweetest person and a huge Scott fan. So those are the all the deaths. Obviously, there have been a lot more injuries. So 25 people total were taken to the hospital, and 300 others, in addition to that 25, were treated for minor injuries at the scene of the mayhem at the concert. Ultimately, the Houston mayor said that authorities will be looking, or they were looking at footage and talking to witnesses and concert organizers who were both hospitalized and those who helped organize the event. Sylvester Turner said that 8 killed were aged between 14 and 27, with one person's age unknown. And that's the information that they've released on the victims so far.
Yeah, I mean, I do have a video that I'm going to be showing here a little bit, showing the names and faces of the victims here that suffered, that were killed during this stampede, during this this tragedy that happened inside the AstroWorld Festival. Because still my mind is, I still can't believe this is even a real thing. I received an email early Saturday morning, basically saying, hey, there was a stampede, certain amount of people had died, and I was just like, is this real? I just thought it was fake, right? Only to find out that of course this has turned into such a huge story, such a huge situation. And the stories that people are coming out, the accounts, the firsthand accounts of people who actually survived the stampede, survived this situation, is it's heart-wrenching. But there are some little pieces here in this article here as well, from the people, some of the people who are actually filing lawsuits, like this gentleman by the name of Manuel Souza, who's being represented by the law firm Kirker Garcia. They said that basically he was suffering serious bodily injuries when the uncontrolled crowd at the concert knocked him to the ground and trampled him. Now, there also is stories of people actually getting trampled on top of, right? Survivors, people who actually survived. There's one I saw of a couple where the husband, not the husband, but the boyfriend laid on top of his girlfriend because she was getting trampled on. So he just blanketed he turned it into he turned into a human shield just for her, as people started to trample, jump up and down on people, and just, go nuts, absolutely nuts. Let's continue on here. Defendants filed to properly plan and conduct defendants failed to properly plan and conduct the concert in a safe manner. The lawsuit continues. Instead, they consciously ignored the extreme risks of harm to concert goers, and in some cases actively encouraged and fomented dangerous behaviors. Their gross negligence caused this particular plaintiff's serious injuries. A jury trial is preferred to determine the exact amount of damages, according to the lawsuit. But Souza is seeking monetary relief of over $1 million. All right, $1 million, y'all. $1 million, and that's just one person. Now, let me say this. Now, Travis Scott and Drake are getting sued. Both of them. Okay, both of them are getting sued like a mug right now because of what happened. Now, one of the main questions I want to throw out is, why is Drake getting slapped with a lawsuit as well? He wasn't on stage the entire time. He came out, he did his thing, he left the stage. How is he being held accountable for something that Travis Scott put together, right? Travis Scott was out on the stage the entire time. I get it that maybe, hey, everybody trying to just scoop up a bag real quick, and Drake got some monies too. But does that make sense? Should Drake be held accountable alongside Travis Scott? That is the question that I'm posing out to the family right now. Think about it while we go through some more of this stuff, okay? Heartbroken for those who lost. Oh, and of course, this is what Travis Scott did say that you already said, David, so sorry about that. But yes, there are people out here, understandably, that are upset, that lost loved ones, lost people that they care for. All right? But should Drake get the brunt of it too? Drake?
And some people are asking how he incited this. I haven't seen the video myself, but from the news articles I read, he was encouraging people to jump even during a period when there was no singing or rapping going on. That's, I guess, why they're partially holding him liable for this, or want to hold him liable for this one. Though, of course, he also has a record of incidences like this.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think it was 2015 and 2017, both. One of those, I don't remember which one. He encouraged people to charge the stage, and they knocked over and pushed through all the security and stuff. So that might be why they're looking at trying to file a lawsuit against him again, since he has a history of this. Not entirely
That's
sure why
Travis.
Drake is being charged, though.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. That's Travis Scott, though.
Yeah.
This is not Drake going, hey, we going to rage and see you on the other side. And this is dystopia and all this stuff. And here's the thing. It's unfair because, okay, it's unfair for us to go and go after him for, let's say, a theme that he was going with for his concert, right? Because, I mean, here's the thing. If Marilyn Manson, yes, I said his name, Marilyn Manson was doing the show. And you know what kind of show Marilyn Manson does, right? It's all kinds of crazy. It's goth, it's dark, it's, you know what I mean? It's all stuff, right? If he did a show and people died in that show, right? Stampede, trampled to death, you name it. All the same things happened at a Marilyn Manson show. Would we automatically go, oh, it's because of all the demonic things that were going on? Would we throw him under the bus for what he, you know what I'm saying, for the theme that he has in his show? See, I just don't think, I'm not with that, right? I'm not with the whole, oh, okay, because he has see you on the other, or it was just some crazy demonic, sacrificial ceremony. I don't think that at all. I think he was going with a theme. He was going with a look. He was going with a vibe. And then bad things happened there, right? But when you look at this situation and you have somebody who comes on to do a guest appearance, right? I think it's unfair for that person to catch a case when they had nothing to do with the whole situation, right? I mean, Drake came out for like one song, maybe two, but that's about it. So suddenly he's getting thrown under the bus for something that he had no control over. That doesn't make any sense to me. Drake getting caught in this wave of lawsuits sounds like this person's just trying to scoop a bag. Mm-hmm. And then the other question is, with any person, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to knock any person that was injured during this thing, but it makes you wonder how severely injured these people were that are trying to get $1 million off of Drake too. You see what I'm saying? It just seems weird to me.
It's one of the weird things with suing, especially in this country, is you can sue pretty much people for anything, even if it's not really going to make it very far. So I'm not sure. I haven't seen any like accusations of Drake doing anything other than just being there. So they can sue him. It might get thrown out by the judge. But they can still sue him. It's very different from a criminal court where the state is bringing up the charges in a criminal court. But for a suit, pretty much anyone can file any suit they want, even if it's going to get ignored or if it's a bad suit. Now, they might be able to get Travis Scott because he has pled guilty to incidences like this before. I just don't. I just kind of agree with you that, at least from what I've seen and read, unless there's some big piece that I'm missing, it does just seem like they kind of want to throw Drake in there to get a little bit more money out of the lawsuit than anything else.
Drake, like really, Drake? You throwing Drake under this bus? He was up there and he did his song and he left. You know what I'm saying? Like, and if he really had known, I think Drake is Drake is not that kind of guy who's going to sit there and just go, we're going to rage, right? We're going to go crazy, y'all. You feel me? I don't think that, right? I keep thinking this, this dude is not that kind of guy. Now, there is one video that I've been trying to find that I wanted to show, because honestly, it is, I mean, it just shows a little bit of Travis Scott. Hold on. Because there's a man, oh man. Yeah, this kid was 10 years old. Let me show you guys this really quick. This is a tweet from somebody else, but this is, wait, what? Today is the 8th. Okay, I'm going to show this to you guys. I don't know if this is like full on, if this is fake news or if this is real, but we're going to look at it anyway, just because. But this is a tweet that I'm just seeing right now. This is saying right here, AstroWorld Fest, Thomas Drought is the name of the 10-year-old who was found deeply bruised in the head with head injuries on the floor of the Travis Scott concert. 10 years old. This is the kid right here. Now, the funny thing is that they're saying the youngest that has died is 14. I've heard this story of them saying that there is a 10-year-old that was hurt, that was badly, but like I heard that he was hospitalized. I have not heard that this 10-year-old died, but this 10-year-old allegedly is this young boy right here, Thomas Drought. And apparently, like obviously this is on the 6th, so I don't know how much of this is true or not. But apparently they're saying that this young boy died during this debacle, during this tragedy, right? Just saying. Very, very interesting. What I was trying to find, I think I found it. Oh boy. Okay, I found it. Let me bring this back up again. I'm sorry. I just, I didn't want you guys to see all the me trying to do all this search stuff. But there's this video. Okay. There's a video that I want you guys to see. Okay. Where Travis Scott is, okay, this is a few years back. This is a 10-year-old kid that he allegedly was trying to take Travis Scott's shoe off of him. Okay. Now, here it is. This is just a small example of the amount of control that this man has with his crowd. You got to remember, people have charisma, right? Never underestimate the power of charisma because it can make the world do some crazy things, January 6th. It can make the world do a lot of crazy things, okay? It can. Now, when you have this kind of power, when you are gifted, when God bestows upon you, blesses you with a gift of charisma and being charismatic, and you have a microphone in your hand, and everybody and their mama is watching you on that stage, and you are exuding all types of energy, right? All types of energy. You got to be careful on what kind of energy you are putting out and what you're saying on that microphone to that crowd, because that crowd could very well, they will live and they will die for you. They will die on whatever hill that you have built for them, right? So I want you guys to see this really quick before we jump into other things, because we do need to talk about, we're going to talk about the victims. I do have a video showing one of the victims' family speaking out. And I got a bunch of other stuff like that, okay? But the thing is, yeah, you're right, Tyler Hackner. I mean, they worship you, right? They worship this man so much that he got on his microphone and he said some stuff. But let me scrub into it because, I don't want to put in music because you got to. Where is it? There we go. Right about here, I think.
Fuck you! On the katana. Come here, bitch. Get that motherfucker, get him! You tried to take my shoe? You want to be a thief? Fuck him up! Fuck him up! Fuck him up!
Mind you, the thing that the kid, the person that he's pointing at, that he's telling everybody to F up, guess how old he is? Oh, yeah. He be 10 years old. Let's continue.
Fuck him up! Fuck him up!
What did he throw it at him? This is a 10-year-old kid. A 10-year-old kid. So apparently, while he was getting up, I'm sorry I didn't show that part because the music, I'm trying to get around the music. You feel me, fam? Anyway, he's in the, he's moshing with his crowd, right? He's having fun. He's chopping it up with his people. He's doing his thing. He's vibing out. They're raging and all that. And as he's trying to go back onto the stage, I guess some kid tried to take his shoe because he's holding his shoe right now. And he's like, yo, that kid just tried to take my shoe. F him up, F him up. And now all this stuff is going on. And what does the crowd do for him?
Fuck him up! Get him out of here. Get him out of here. Boo! Boo! Boo!
Did you just see that? I'm going to roll that back. He spat on the kid. So, because that's the kid right here. This is a 10-year. Let me say this again. This is a 10-year-old kid. 10. Roll that back. Like I said, with great power comes great responsibility, right? Doesn't matter if the kid tried to steal your shoe or not. You could have called him out, or you could have just gone over to your security guard and said, hey, dude right there, get him the F out. You didn't have to say that all that to let these guys beat him, F him up, and all that stuff. What is that? What is that solving for you? Except you just trying to exact your power. This is only a few years ago. So I'm just saying, if the guy has if he's known for the raging, if he's known for going crazy and all that stuff, do you think, I don't know. I mean, part of me does not feel like he's really sorry. Like I just don't feel it. I mean, personally, I'm not feeling it. Now, I know there's other people that feel some type of way, that feel differently about this whole situation. And hey, you're entitled to your opinions. Absolutely. But for me, when I see something like this and you see a history of this person doing this kind of thing, then you look at this situation right here, just a small example of a dude telling a group of people to mess up a small child, a 10-year-old kid. It just makes you think different. Let me show you this part again. He literally spat on the kid. I'm going to roll back just a little bit more because the kid gets pulled out. He's holding his head because some guys start beating his head. He's got a mob of people beating on his head for allegedly trying to take the guy's shoe. Let's go. There's the kid right there.
Boo!
He's right there too.
Boo!
Watch him spit on him. Spits on him.
Fuck his ass up.
You see what I'm saying? You have a freaking responsibility as a performer when you're on that stage and you got that many people around you. I mean, I've never personally performed in front of that many people in my life. I've announced, I've done speeches and stuff like that in front of a large amount of people like this. But I've never had to go up there and start going, rage and never done that in my life. But when you see something like this, you have a responsibility. When you're on that microphone, when you're on that stage, you have to make sure, especially if you got that kind of music where the beat drops and everyone goes crazy and all that, you have a responsibility to keep people safe. Here's the thing. I get it. He can't see everything. And I've said it before. He is not omnipotent. Okay. He's not everywhere and anywhere, right? He's not going to be able to see what's going on all the way in that little nook and cranny over by the gates or something like that. But the people that are in front of him, he can keep those people safe. He has a responsibility. Instead of him calling out this 10-year-old kid, 10 years old, y'all, This ain't a grown-ass kid. This ain't a grown-ass man. This is a 10-year-old kid that allegedly tried to take his shoe. We don't know if that's true or not. He just turned around and his shoe was off his foot. There's a bunch of people around him. Somebody could have stepped on his shoe while he was hopping up and down. Anything is possible, right? But you have a responsibility to keep everybody safe. Doesn't matter if that dude is a thief or not. He should have just gone to his security guards and said, yo, get this kid the out. That's it. But he said, F him up, F him up. Okay. Are we getting what we getting? You see what I'm saying? You picking up what I'm putting down? I mean, there's other videos. I'll be showing them here in a second. But I'm just saying, this is not something. This is not what a performer should be doing. Right? You have an obligation to make sure people are safe. Period. That's it. Doesn't matter if the dude stole your shoe or tried to rip your shirt off, because that's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? I've seen countless videos of like singers and performers going out in the crowd and people just ripping the dude's shirts off. You know what I mean? That's annoying. That would piss me off too, right? It's like, man, I like that shirt. Damn, that was my favorite shirt, right? I get that piece. But at the same time, when you're just so drunk on your own, on your own supply, you getting high off of your own supply, it gets dangerous. Clearly, what happened on Friday could have been prevented if he just knew how to control the crowd in the right way, have controlled chaos. Now, people have to go, when they go to a Travis Scott show, now they got a concert with caution. What the hell? I mean, let alone we got to be worried about mass shootings and people losing their damn minds and all that stuff, right? Now we got to worry about somebody using their microphone to tell people to rage. And the next you know, people are stomping on each other, practically killing each other, not giving two damns because they just want to rage. And this is all part of the formula type ish. Is this what we're going through? Is this where this is the route we're going down for a concert experience? You have a 10-year-old who, from my understanding, did not die. Okay. Did not die, but was badly injured during the Friday festival. 10 years old. All right. You have a 10-year-old that came out because he's a fan of you. And that person's hurt. And you're probably going to catch a whole bunch of lawsuits because of that. But at the end of the day, you have an obligation. You have an obligation to keep people safe. And that's it. This stuff kind of breaks my heart because we can't even have anything anymore. You know what I'm saying? It's like we can't have anything good no more, y'all. We can't. We can't even get anything good anymore. You know what I'm saying? Damn, we can't even go to a concert without even wondering if I'm going to come back home alive. For real, though? Because somebody's going to sit there and go, come on up. F the barricade. F it. F the security that you pay for to make sure that not only you're safe, but everybody else is safe. Now we can't even concert? You know what I'm saying? Now we got a concert with caution? What the hell's going on, baby? Damn. It's really like that, y'all. It is really like that. David, what are your thoughts on this, man? I need to pull up this other video, but you disappeared, but I'm glad you're back, baby. What's your
Yeah.
thoughts on this, man?
It is. This is pretty bad, I think. I mean, we've already seen Travis Scott mess up before. I mean, if we're not even disregarding where he's telling people to beat up the kid that took his shoe, he seems to consistently encourage violence against either the audience or his own guards during these concerts. So, I mean, I do think he needs to be held liable to some degree, especially, I mean, the staff as well, because there's that one video, I think you showed it, where two people climbed up to one of the cameramen and he just refused to help them out and decided to ignore the people being killed and focused on his recording instead. So there's a lot of people here who could have stopped this and who had the information to stop it and chose not to. So I do think that a lot of people on that team, I don't know if the cameraman was part of Travis Scott's team or if it was part of the venue's team or what, but pretty much everyone that could have stopped this chose to ignore it. And with him having such a history of promoting violence at his concerts, I do expect there will be some more serious charges for this. Because not only were people, I guess you'd say people are expecting that at a Travis Scott concert now, but he was, according to all the reports, encouraging people to actually jump up and down, kind of have the mosh pit on people.
Oh yeah. I got another video for y'all asses. I can't play the song, unfortunately, but let me just say this. There were actual cop cars or actual cop golf carts or whatever driving through the crowds so that they can grab as many people's bodies as they can. There is an infamous video that I can't show y'all. I can't show you guys the video because it shows an actual dead body being lifted up into the air and carried off. This man gone. This young man is gone. Okay. But there were cop little golf carts that were trying to drive through the crowd. And this is what happened. I can't play the music, unfortunately. But this is what happened, y'all. Somebody gets on top of it and starts dancing on that bad boy. See that? Not giving two damns. This guy. Okay, there's another angle of this. It said there it is. See? Look at that. Look at that. Let me roll that back just a tiny bit. There are people shoving people off of the cop car, off the cop thing. Okay? Literally. And there's a girl trying to shove people off because there are people in the back that have passed out because they were getting crushed within half an inch of their life. And these people are trying to get in there to try to save more people. And these guys are up here having the time of their lives, not even giving two damns. It's about rage. It's about anarchy. It's about chaos, right? Just having the time of their damn lives. Look at these guys. Not caring about any. They're having their own movie. Yo, last night was like a movie, yo. No, it was like a horror movie because you were around dead bodies and you didn't give a damn. People were dying and you didn't care. Look at this. Makes me think of that NERD song, Rockstar. But not in a good way. I mean, look at this, guys. And this is just one side. This is just one little clip out of the multitude of videos that have been circulating, that have been popping off. People have been talking about this countless time and time again, over and over. So like I said again, I'm going to throw that question out one mo again to the family, to all y'all who are watching. I see over 700 souls watching on all platforms right now. By the way, do me that favor. Hit that like button. I'd love to see the likes go past 300 likes. That would really mean a lot to me. And also hit that subscribe button, okay? It'd be great to have you a part of the Pascal Show family. But let me ask you guys this question real quick. I know some of y'all feel like Travis Scott shouldn't be held accountable. For those of y'all who don't think that he should be held accountable, please tell me why. Throw it in the comments section. I want to hear that. I want to hear the reason why he should not be held accountable for these people's lives. That's what I'd like to know. For those of y'all who don't agree, for those of y'all who have hit the dislike button, right? You disagree for some reason, and that's why I want to know. Why? Why do you think he shouldn't be held accountable? I don't think that Drake should be held accountable, just to be honest. I think he's just getting lumped in there so that they can, whoever's trying to sue can make some more money off that, grab some more of that bag. Here it is. No shame to any person that's suing Travis Scott, but Drake? I don't know if I agree with that entirely. Okay? So that's just one piece. That's just one piece. That's just one video. It sucks that, even so, like I would rather hear about all these people having the time of their lives, going home safe and saying, yo, man, this ish was like a movie and I had a blast and I can't wait to go back next year. God forbid if there's another, surge, you know what I'm saying? You already know what I'm talking about. God forbid. We can go back to our regularly scheduled program called life, right? But this is, I rock Travis Scott music. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like I'm sitting here trying to throw him under the bus, but accountability needs to be held, right? Needs to be acknowledged, right? I'm going to show you guys the video, his apology video here in a second, but I do want us to take a look at this video about the victims who actually died because we need to honor those people too. We need to get those names out here. And apparently, I don't know if this is entirely true or not, but at the end of this video, they say that there's one person that still has not been identified. I think that person has been finally identified, but I don't know if that's entirely true. But let's take a look at this video here really quick. This is the names of the victims that have died due to this tragedy.
A memorial to the victims is growing at NRG Park, where that concert was held. It's where WFAA's Malini Basu spent most of her day, and she is live there tonight. Malini?
And, I got to tell you, Teresa, all throughout the day, I've been checking in with Houston city officials. Where is the investigation? Where do we stand right now at this hour? Still so many unanswered questions. They're trying to figure all of this out. And, throughout the day, we saw so many family, friends gather here behind me. This memorial has been growing since Friday. They are heartbroken. So many of them telling me they did whatever they could to try and help the victims.
She's only 16. She had a whole future ahead of her.
As the candles burn bright in front of Energy Stadium in Houston, friends gather to remember their loved one, 16-year-old Brianna Rodriguez.
She would always be smiling and laughing and dancing.
Rodriguez and 7 others died at.
Now they say 7 others because there's one that has not been identified, but I just want to show these faces real quick, just so you have it. Okay. These are all the faces of the people that passed. 7 of them. I heard that this is what's crazy. I've heard stories that there was 11 that have passed. I don't know what is the absolute confirmed number of people that have passed, number of victims, but right now there are 8 that have not survived. Okay.
The AstroWorld Festival in Houston on Friday night. The youngest, just 14 years old.
Hard to imagine people came here for fun and this is what happened.
Robert Frost and his friends did the best they could to help people.
We wanted to help out and still have fun.
You can't do everything.
Right.
You do what you can do.
If you're squished that tight, you can't even move. The moment you raise your arms, they can't go down.
others begging for help. Fans even trying to get rapper Travis Scott's attention. Hundreds gasping for air.
It was tough to breathe. I was compressed against the fence.
And others clinging on to whatever they could.
I was trying to hold on to the railing and it swelled up.
Dallas native 23-year-old Arturo Sanchez made it out alive to tell his story.
I was on the floor like screaming for help and trying to reach for people's hands so they could see me, and no one would see me. So I just kind of accepted the fact that I was going to die.
Brittany died as her brother was screaming for help. Back at the memorial, a steady stream of concert goers were picking up belongings from the lost and found. And on the way out, strangers left messages from around the country.
Her smile is the first thing you'll see, her smile.
While loved ones are taking it day by day.
I feel like I'm still processing this.
And city officials are also still trying to identify that 8th victim. They are asking for the public's help. They're asking anyone if they have any information. Also, what happened on Friday night? They're asking for any little bit of information. Just call Houston police for now.
This story is, man, it's tough to think that this is this is even a story, right? It blows my mind that there are people out here that have lost someone that they loved, that they never would have thought that going to a concert would mean that would be the last time they saw them. There are people out here that were with their loved ones, seeing them getting crushed to death, trying to save others. It is it's heart-wrenching. It's terrifying. I have no words for it, because I could never imagine being in that situation, right? But let alone not only you having somebody who's that is a friend or a loved one, like if that's blood, if that's a kin, but let alone a child, a 14-year-old kid. It's terrible. Candace Cullen, thank you so much for the $5 Canadian, $5 Canadian dollars. Sorry, it said depraved heart, murder, reckless indifference to human life. Yeah. Safety was thrown out the window. The idea of safety was thrown out the window. You have people at UC of all types that are no longer here because safety was thrown out the window. The other thing that drives me nuts, and we did talk about it yesterday on yesterday's stream, on yesterday's show, was the fact that none of the people that were part of the quote unquote medical staff did not even have the requirements to be part of the medical staff. Didn't even know how to perform CPR, didn't even know how to check a pulse. And those are the people that were hired to do that job, just in case ish hits the fan, in which it really did. They were thrown in the shit. They were thrown in the shit, and they could not perform. Other people that were concert goers had to roll up their sleeves and put in the work. It's insane. So I just want to, the reason why I pulled up this collage is because I know that, David, do you still have the list of names? I thought that they were going to list their names in this video, but they did not. Can you list their names off real quick for me? But one thing, while you're looking it up, one thing I want to point out, the infamous video where they show Travis Scott standing over and singing while they're picking up a limp body, a man's limp body, and carrying it off to the side, like they're crowd surfing his body off to the side, is this young man right here. This young man right here. They try to resuscitate him. Another guy tried to resuscitate him and was not successful in trying to perform CPR on this young man. But that infamous video, for those of y'all who are looking for it, because I cannot play it on here, and I can't, unfortunately. It's too graphic. But in that particular video, if you're going, is he, oh, he just passed out? No, that man, unfortunately, has died. That is a dead body that they're passing over their heads off to the side. Just so you guys know. Because I know some people were going, is that guy passed out? Like maybe he just passed out, you know? No. That man perished. And he's one of the 8 that they have claimed that have died so far. David, what are the names real quick?
So the victims were Brianna Rodriguez, who was 16, Danish Beg, who was 27, as well as Franco Patino and his friend Jacob Juranek, who were both 21 and came from the University of Dayton. The youngest of 5 siblings was Rudy Pena, who was 23 when she died. And those are all the ones that they have listed in here for now.
Unbelievable. So that's 7, right? Because the 8th one, I guess, has not been identified, correct?
Right. So it says that 8 people were killed, and the ages were between 14 and 27, with one person's age unknown.
And what's crazy is that they took a picture of this man's dead body. They took a picture of his dead body, and they are posting that picture everywhere to say, hey, y'all, can you please identify this man? No one has. I think they identified him by now, but I have not heard anything about him being identified. But they had to go to great lengths. They had to go to the extreme and take a photo of his dead body and put it out there and say, does anyone know this man? That's some morbid ass ish, y'all. That's morbid as hell. Real talk. But 8, count them, 8 are no longer here because of this concert. And one has not been identified, at least as far as this recording and this live show right now that we know of.
Presumably, it's the 14-year-old that died, and we probably won't get that information because he's a minor, since they did confirm that one of the victims was 14.
Yes.
And we have not heard about a 14-year-old victim. The youngest of the ones we're seeing was, I believe I said 16.
Sorry. This stuff makes me just this is very upsetting to me. And I'm sorry, guys, we're going down this rabbit hole. We are going to go down this rabbit hole. We're going to do this together, though. Okay. There is a video that I need to show you guys. And this is a video of one of the brothers that lost one of the family members that lost his brother. Apparently, his brother was trying to protect his fiancée during the stampede, and he died due to trying to stop people from trampling over his future wife. This, I'm warning you, this is a tough one. This is a very tough one, okay? But we're going to watch it together. All right?
Rahman Rahim, Innala Lai wa Innala Rajiun. To Allah we belong, and to Him we return. We lost our brother. We're grieving for all the families that lost their loved ones in this horrendous event. People that took part in this event, Travis Scott's team, the NRG team, everybody who was associated with this should be held accountable for the lives that were lost today. And the day of, we're grieving, we're in pain. We want you guys to know our brother was the most amazing person ever to us, the closest thing. He took care of my father. He died saving his fiance. He died trying to save his love of his life. We're grieving with you guys, and we just want you to know we're here. We're going to stay here, and we're gonna get justice for them. We're gonna make it happen. Doesn't matter what it is. And I don't know if my brothers want to say anything, but I just want my brother Thomas to rest in peace. I just want everyone to pray for my brother Thomas. I loved him so much. I'm sorry for everyone that's passed away. I just want peace for my brother. So please, everyone who's watching, pray for my brother and pray for all the ones that passed away. I don't know how everybody else passed away. My brother was lying on the ground. They were chanting to stop the event. Nobody stopped the event. Music producers, security, everybody. I was there. I lost my brother because of it. I lost my brother. He was 27 years young. He had a beautiful life. 10 days, November 16th. So November 16th is my brother's birthday, and we're still going to celebrate it because he had some plans, and we want to still honor those for him. So everyone just please pray for all the families, for our family, and just stay united, and we'll all get through this, hopefully. I appreciate you all coming out here and letting this known, bringing this awareness, because this stuff is not easy to go by. There's a lot of people that were involved in this incident, and we need to do our job and play our part, and we need to stay united and bring awareness to this, because this is not how you handle things. This is not how you do it. You go to a concert to have fun. You don't go to a concert to die.
He ain't wrong. You don't go to a concert to die. No one should have gone in there thinking that they were going to die. Like I said before, the safety of this all, the fact that there was no safety, the fact that, you saw the people busting through the front gates in the VIP section, the VIP gate area. They bust right through that entryway, bust through the metal detectors, didn't care, didn't give a damn about the well-being. Like, they didn't care. Thousands of people bum rushed that gate and were able to get in there so that they can go and have the time of their life. My question to you is this: why didn't they stop? Why didn't they cancel the show when people tried to breach through the front gates? That would have been a liable reason. Travis Scott and the people around him and all the other artists could have easily said, hey, I'm worried about my own safety. They bust right through all the metal detectors. Who knows? Somebody could have had a knife, a gun, some sort of deadly weapon. Some sort of deadly weapon, and yet they kept the show moving. The show must go on, right? Regardless if people are regardless if people are safe or not. The show must go on. They could have used that as a viable reason to either postpone the show or cancel the show or anything of that sort. You saw the bum rush. You saw the amount of people going in there. And then 5-0 showed up on horses. Real talk, horses. What were they going to do on a damn horse? Not a damn thing, okay? So no one cared after that? So it's fine. It's fine with that. If anybody else, if any other situation, any other event or any other facility had people bum rushing through the metal detectors. You're not telling me that they're just going to shut everything down because they want to make sure people are safe? Because now safety is in jeopardy? They didn't even do that. They just kept the show moving. Security didn't talk with security and then talk with the higher ups, basically saying, yo, they just breached this whole thing. No, they didn't care. Chaos was going to happen. And no one cared. And now you have people like these gentlemen, this family right here, that are grieving, that are deeply shook. Deeply shook because they lost their brother. Because their brother sacrificed himself to save his fiance. That's one hell of a man. I'm going to tell you that. Real talk. First off. Second, that shouldn't have happened. Regardless of that, that shouldn't have happened. This man should still be alive. And that's one out of the 8 people that died because safety was thrown out the damn window. David, what are your thoughts, man?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like what I was saying before, there do need to be a lot of people held responsible for this. So from what I can tell, what partially made this so bad was that the concert, I guess the concert promoter or whoever was handling it, built up the barricades in such a way that people weren't able to actually leave during the violent stage. Obviously, I mean, you can't just walk away if people are knocking each other over, not even letting them up. If you can't even stand, you're unlikely to be permitted to walk away by that crowd, even if it's just like even if it was just like 100 out of the 50,000. That's enough to surround those people and keep them from being able to leave. In addition to the poorly placed barricades, so. I mean, what we're seeing here is that the whole concert was set up poorly for people to be able to, get out and get to a safer place if they needed to be. And I mean, Travis Scott has repeatedly promoted at least some degree of violence at all of his concerts, it seems, including this one. So I do think he needs to be held responsible. If they can figure out who was actually jumping on the people, that would obviously be someone who should be charged. But at the same time, like I was saying, it's probably just a few dozen or 100 out of 50,000. So it's going to be hard for them to find those people, even if they are, I mean, obviously people saw them, though identifying them is going to be hard, I would think.
Yeah.
And of course, so, I mean, like I said, the concert, the Live Nation, their whole setup trapped people in there. Travis Scott's kind of words and directions trapped the people in there. And so, yeah, it was pretty much set up as a trap, so people couldn't leave. And I don't know. I've been to concerts with, like mosh pits and stuff, and there's always been multiple exits just to walk away and get out if you want. I've never even seen anybody knocked down, other than people help them get right back up because no one actually wants anyone seriously hurt. But that doesn't seem to be what happened here, obviously. So. I don't know. They need to be held responsible.
Accountability needs to happen, right? They all need to be held accountable. And that's not only just Travis Scott. What sucks, the one thing that sucks about all this, okay, is that Travis Scott is going to take the brunt of it all because he's the face of the entire event, right? But there's more to this than just Travis Scott. I'm going to say that too. Before I throw Travis Scott under the bus and make it seem like it's all Travis Scott's fault and all that stuff and it's only his fault. No, it's everybody else too. There were other people that were involved with this whole thing. There were other people that were involved with making and putting together this festival as well that he, I'm assuming, hired his damn self or his team had hired their damn self. They could have done the right thing and get the right people, hire the right kind of staff, hire the security, make sure that people are on point, knowing exactly what they need to do if ish hits the fan. That is part of their job as security or as a medical staff. You can't tell me that like you hire a chef to fly a plane. It doesn't make sense. It just doesn't. You hire somebody that knows exactly what they're doing for that job, that they're properly vetted, They're certified in whatever they need to be certified in to be said maybe security or a medical staff. You don't just hire anybody. You know what I'm saying? You don't hire a contortionist to be hired as a security part of security, or you don't hire someone like that to be a medical staff. How do they know what to do when it comes to that? That doesn't make any sense. You hire the right people to do the right job when ish hits the fan. So this is not only on Travis Scott. This is on his whole damn team. Every single last one of them, and the company, Live Nation, that put this whole thing together as well. The whole thing. He's not the only one, but still, he is the face of it. So that's what sucks about it, right? He's going to take the fall. Period. He has to. He can't go, it's terrible. But John over here was the one who did it all. Man, bro, no, your face is all over this mug. Unfortunately, you're going to take the hit. You're going to get multi-million-dollar lawsuits coming at your way, y'all. That first one is just the start, right? There's going to be a tidal wave of lawsuits coming towards him, man. He about to be broke. Real talk. Now, the reason why I'm pulling this up is because I wanted to relive this again with everybody, okay? I know some of y'all haven't seen this video. Some of you have. A lot of people have. But I feel like I want to rewatch this again, okay? I want to watch this one last time, and I want to hear I want your thoughts. I want your thoughts on this situation. How do you feel about this? Does this work? Is it a solid enough apology, or is it lackluster? Let's take a look. Hit that like button down below, y'all. I see about 800 souls watching the show. Please push those likes past 400 likes. That would really mean the world to me. And also hit that subscribe button. Crush that subscribe button. Oh, and one more thing. Two more things. If you are on Twitter or if you're on IG, please go follow me on those platforms as well. The Pascal Show, one word, on Twitter, and the Pascal Show, one word, on Instagram as well. All right? It'd be great to have you over there because I'm covering a lot of these videos, throwing these videos up, anything that's popping off as far as the random videos that we're seeing inside the concert and all that. I'm tweeting and I'm posting those things on IG. So please be sure to follow me on those platforms as well. All right, guys, let's check this out.
I just want to send out prayers to the ones that was lost last night. We're actually working right now to identify the families so we can help assist them through this tough time. You know, my fans really mean the world to me, and I always just really want to leave them with a positive experience. And anytime I can make out.
Hold on. Positive experience. Okay. So I'm sorry for breaking it down, but I'm going to break it down. Okay. But he's asking for a positive experience. David, would you say raging and all that, is that a positive experience?
Doesn't sound like it was.
No, I'm not saying obviously this one was not a positive experience, but I'm saying in general, like all the other videos that you've seen or heard about him with would you say these are positive experiences?
Not really. No.
Okay. So that doesn't make any sense. I always try to leave people on a positive experience. That I don't. Huh? Whoops.
You know, my fans really mean the world to me, and I always just really want to leave them with a positive experience. And anytime I can make out, anything that's going on, I stop the show and, help them get the help they need,
Now, here it is. In his defense, he did stop the show one time. One time. And then he's like, is everybody good? All right. Y'all know what you came here to do. And then he just went in, right? Went back to his regularly scheduled program, right? And he did his whole set. Now, there's a lot of people that are very upset about that because they're sitting there going, well, wait a second. The show started at this time. People started screaming, stop the show. The show continued on for a full 40 some odd minutes. right? And then he's like, yo, I'm out. See you guys later. Blah, blah, blah. Be positive. Love each other. Yo, blah, blah, blah. And he leaves, right? The show never stopped, really.
And he keeps doing the thing where people who are trying to make themselves cry but don't, where they keep wiping their forehead instead of their cheeks. That's usually a tell in that way. If somebody's, trying to act like they're sad but they're rubbing their forehead is because they're not actually crying, obviously.
Because
it's such a weird response, but it is one that people have, and I think that's what he's doing right here.
Yeah, baby. And the one thing that somebody else pointed it out on the last stream, because I showed this before, when it was just hot and fresh out the kitchen, right? Like it had just dropped like an hour, right? And I showed it, and somebody was like, "Man, why has he got it in black and white? Like this is désolé, like a French film." I agree, désolé, fin, oh, I'm so sorry for what I did. I did not know that people were dying. Like it's just like, for me, I still think that he should have just straight up kept to tweets, keep it in writing, and not put out a video. Now, some other people have said, hey, I give him mad props for getting in front of it, saying what he needs to say and all that. But I do feel like this is forced, that he's like, I got to do this, man. I got to. I also do feel like nothing's really settled in yet. Like the reality of what actually happened around him that apparently he was not fully aware of has not fully sunk in yet, right? Because it's only 24 hours, right? From the actual event. No, not even 24 hours. I'm sorry. When he posted this video, right? So I don't think it's fully sunk in to his body, went down all the way down to his plums for him to actually feel what's really going on, right? I feel like he's not going to really feel it until maybe a week, something like that. Maybe he won't feel it at all for another year. We don't know. You know how it is. Somebody mentioned something along the lines of like when it comes to the 5 stages, right? Or the stages of grief, right? There's the denial, there's the acceptance, there's the bargaining, there's that list of stages that you go through. Maybe he's going through one where he's just like, he's still in disbelief. He's still in shock. Shelby just said it. I just saw it in the corner of my eye. Shelby Downer. I think he's in shock. That could very well be it. But a forced rubbing my head and, man, I can't believe it. It's just not sitting right in my soul, right? And I think that's what a lot of people on the Twitters are feeling the exact same way. It's like, it's not sitting right on my chest. It's just not sitting right, right? But let's continue.
I could just never imagine the severity of the situation. We've been working closely with everyone to just try to get to the bottom of this. The City of Houston, HPD, Fire Department, everyone help us figure this out. So if you have any information, please just contact your local authorities. Everybody continue to just keep your prayers. I mean, I'm honestly just devastated. And I could never imagine anything like this just happening. I'm gonna do everything I can to keep you guys updated and just keep you guys informed on what's going on. Love you all.
Here it is. I'm still trying to understand. You know what I mean? I'm still trying to be understanding, right? I mean, I could never imagine this type of magnitude of, everything that's going on with him right now, backlash, deaths, ridicule. You name it, all the things that are going on right now. I can only imagine what he is personally going through right now. Okay. But at the same time, like I said, it's still just not resting on my heart right. It just does not feel like he's genuine. Now, I don't personally know Travis Scott. I've said it before. I don't know him. I don't know him from a can of paint. And everyone processes tragedy differently. But this just doesn't feel, it feels awkward. It feels disjointed. Right? And like I said, maybe this is just something he has not fully processed in his mind yet. And that could very well be what the situation is here. Right? And it'll be weeks, if not months, or maybe days, we don't know, where it'll finally sink in. If it ever really, truly does sink in. What are your thoughts on that when you saw it, David? What are your thoughts? Do you think that was genuine? Do you think that came from the soul? Do you think that it came from his heart? Or do you think he capping just for the sake of, he's just trying to save face?
Yeah, I mean, I don't buy this apology at all. I mean, I already pointed out how I thought he was trying to fake cry and everything, but ultimately, yeah, he just sounds tired. He doesn't really sound like stressed out or worried. I mean, you don't see his face doesn't really have the kind of contortions you would expect of somebody that's in pain, or over guilt, I mean. And so I don't really buy it. I mean, he didn't change his tone a single time, just doesn't seem like he actually cares about it. And he's, of course, not being specific, not mentioning anyone that was actually hurt or anything. So no, I mean, this just seems like a written apology, or like the lawyer type written apology that he has to read out because his lawyer wants him to do so, type thing.
Right. I think that, I'm sure he's got his PR team basically saying, you need to jump on this right now. You need to do a video. You need to say what's up, whoop-de-woo. I mean, there's so many different things. But yeah, like I said, it just something to me still feels, it still feels like a calloused response. Like that he's not truly all the way feeling this situation, right? One last video. Hold on, sorry. Find this video of the Kyle Green. Maybe David, you can help me with this. Maybe I'm trying to find the Kyle Green video where he jumps off the balcony. And this is the video where he this kid gets paralyzed, right? And it's crazy. Let's see if I can find it here. Okay, I'm gonna try this one. Oh my.
I think I have it here.
I think I found it too, but send it my way, please. Send it my way.
Yeah, I just sent it.
Thanks, bro. Let me see what you got. Let's see what you got. This is the better angle. Ooh, that's loud as woo! Sorry, guys. Woo, that was loud. All right. I don't think there's any music in this. Hopefully there isn't. But I want everybody to see this. Okay, before I show you guys this, there is a man that has come out recently by the name of Kyle Green. I've talked about it on the last show, but I will say it again right now. Kyle Green was at a concert of Travis Scott's. He was on the third balcony, like he was on the third level of a balcony, having the time of his life, raging like a mother lover, and decided to hop over the side of the balcony, holding onto the railing, and basically giving off the vibe like he was going to jump into the crowd below him. Travis Scott is on the stage and basically is like, come on, man, do it. You got it. They'll catch you, man. They'll catch you. They'll catch you. Well, allegedly somebody pushes him off of the balcony and now he is paralyzed. So I need to show you guys the video. So he came out and talked about it. Like he said, he had put in his own 2 cents about this whole thing, saying, you know, this is devastating hearing what has happened to these people. He was someone who was listening to Travis Scott, and Travis Scott was basically telling him, yo, man, you need to just jump, bro. Just jump. Right? And so let's take a look at this video.
Well, how you gonna do it? Give me into real quick. I see you.
So there he is right there. So he's on the second. He's on the second level. He's on the second level. Okay? Not on the third. In the reports, they said he was on the third, and he wasn't. He's on the second. All right? So he's not it's not like he's some crazy high level, right? Well, dude's having the time of his life, and this happens.
Well, how you gonna do it? I ain't gonna lie. Turn the lights on. Turn the lights on. They gonna catch you. Don't be scared. Don't be scared.
So however he fell, now he is paralyzed. Crazy, right? No one caught him, by the way. I want to make that abundantly clear. No one caught his ass. We're playing it again real quick. Look at that. Boom. No one caught his ass. And Travis is like, yo, man, don't worry, man. They're going to catch you, man. They're going to catch you. No one. I feel like this is a scene from a comedy movie. You know what I'm saying? Where the dude just jumps, thinking he's going to crowd surf, and everyone just steps out the way. You know what I mean? And he just goes, "Fow." Literally, that's what happened. I wouldn't say it doesn't look like he was pushed. To me, real talk, he doesn't look like he was pushed. But there's another angle I got here too. Let me grab that real quick. Hold on 1 second, guys. I thought I had it up here. There it is. Got it. Give me 1 second, y'all. Splat out. Okay. Obviously, this is a whole other angle. Same dude, same concert, same balcony, right? You'll see, he's having the time of his life. Can't play all of that. Hopefully it gets to the stuff. Hold on. Sorry, guys. It's the copyright stuff I'm trying to get away from. You know what I mean? And Raquel Estelle, thank you so much. I'm going to try that. Thank you so much. There it is. Okay. Just another angle. See? They gonna catch you. No one caught him. No one caught him. He just fell straight up. But he didn't realize that he was never going to walk again. I mean, it's so crazy. Think about it. Never did he realize that he was going to drop from there to the bottom and never be able to walk again. Real talk. He says he was pushed off. I don't see nobody pushing him off. No one pushed him off. In my personal opinion, he didn't get pushed off. But there you have it, y'all. Lo and behold, the craziness that went down. The craziness that has gone down. You know? I mean, It's really, really messed up. Really messed up. But welcome to our world and the situation that we're in right now with this story. We have kids who will listen to anything that a person with a microphone says. You got to also remember the amount of drugs that are in people's systems at this time. I mean, shoot, man. The amount of times I've seen online alone, some people just don't give a damn. They'll sit there straight up on their face and they'll be quick to sit there and say, yo, who got the plug? Straight up. They'll just put it up on their snaps and on their Instagram stories and stuff, not giving a damn. Yo, I'm about to go to this concert. Who got the plug? You know what you need, man? You want some Xannies? You want some, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm not against anybody going out and having the time of their lives, but you just got to do it in a smart way, right? You know, when they say drink responsibly, now it's like you got a concert with caution because you never know what's going to happen. But you see this guy's history of being all about the chaos, all about it. And there you have it. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Charisma is a very powerful thing and it's a very powerful gift. And if you don't know how to use it correctly, or if you use it the wrong way, people will do some really stupid ass ish for you. January 6th. Just saying. If you use it the wrong way, next thing you know, people get hurt or they die. And once again, we're seeing something right here where the microphone is a powerful thing, y'all. The microphone is a powerful thing. And yet no one seriously looks at this and says and realizes that the voice and that the microphone is a powerful thing. And if you don't know how to use it properly, or if you misuse it the wrong way, people will get hurt or die. I'm just being real. I am going to open up the video chat line because I want to hear all y'all thoughts. Okay. Go ahead, David. Go ahead.
I just have one quick thing to add about the paralyzation. According to I checked Yahoo, Billboard, and somewhere else. So basically, he got away with the injuries in 2018 to Green because they were defending it as risk voluntarily undertaken. However, there is still a lawsuit going on, and Green's lawyer says, my client was paralyzed at a Travis show in New York, and Travis had been pled guilty twice for encouraging chaos at his shows. His song lyrics encourage violence and injury at his concerts. And so the guy that fell off or jumped off, whatever, is still partially paralyzed, they said, but he's still locked into a wheelchair, but he's gained some use of his legs back, but he's still not able to walk or anything.
I mean, if I'm correct, he broke his neck. He fell. Wait a second, what?
I was just mumbling to myself.
What
it doesn't say in this article what he.
Oh, okay. Because they show the incision in the back of his neck. So I don't know if it was something where he broke his neck or if he was doing other procedures so that he can have more mobility in his lower body. Maybe, I don't know, but it seemed like he broke his neck from the stories that I've seen, from the articles that I've seen. Yeah, he has a scar in the back of his neck. Real talk. So I don't know, you know what I mean? But still, no matter what, this man is basically in a wheelchair, right? Because he jumped from the second story balcony to the bottom and to the first floor because Travis Scott and a bunch of other people, obviously, were encouraging him to do it. And because of whatever else was in his system, whatever was in his system was in his system that encouraged him to do the damn thing. Hold on now. I see downtown Trina Brown says, Pascal, people are saying there's two different people and that was the wrong video. Maybe it is two different people. Maybe it is.
The suit does mention that two separate people fell or were pushed from large heights during that concert. So there was at least two people that fell at long distance.
So then maybe it's just weird because they're kind of wearing the same clothing. They're kind of the same build and all that. But as you can see, people were jumping off the balcony, right? And no one was catching them. No one. On both, if it's two separate people, both separate occasions, no one was catching those two guys that were jumping off of the balcony. And the way it looked like it to me, it looked like it's the same guy because the way he went down, the way he was climbing down, and then he dropped. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I did notice Billboard, Yahoo, Meow, and CNN all had the same video we just showed was in their article for the guy that fell to be paralyzed as well.
Yeah. So I would feel like why would they show the wrong link or wrong video to the guy who actually they're reporting on? Does that make sense? I'm sure he would literally have been like, that's the wrong video, yo. You know what I mean? Here's the real video. So, but I appreciate you letting me know that downtown Trina Brown, but I do think it is the same video, same dude, just two different angles of what went down. I mean, it's the same moment too, if you really think about it. They played the song twice. You know what I'm saying? He said the same stuff in the same moment to the same dude, two different dudes at the same time. It doesn't make sense. You see what I'm saying? So it's the same video, same dude. He jumped down. He never got back up again. But the link is up above. All right. I would love to hear your thoughts on this. I guess, unfortunately, our guest is not, I don't think is going to be able to make it. Unfortunately, hopefully I'll be able to get her on later on today, maybe. But it is all good. We're still having a really great conversation. And I would love to hear your thoughts on this. So link is up above in the StreamYard. I will also open up the phone lines as well. So just in case, because I know some people are more comfortable calling in on their phones. So you can give me a call, and to all the mods that are in the house, thank you guys for modding and being so incredible. But if you can keep just copying and pasting the phone number as well, because I'm going to keep that link up above so people don't lose it. I'd really appreciate that. Okay. So you can give me a call at 314-766-4581. Again, 314. Wow, that was fast. Hey, you on the mic with the Pascal Show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, my name is Akira. I'm calling from Boston.
Hi, Akira. Thank you so much for calling. What's on your mind? Speak on it.
Where do I even begin? Honestly, I feel like all of the concert goers were definitely failed. But there's one thing in particular that I felt, because I'm definitely an energy person. When I was watching and looking at all the imagery, everything from the staging that like looked like a portal, like everything was just kind of like super trippy, and like I just kind of felt like a very, very dark energy in general from the concert, and it made me feel, honestly, my soul was disturbed. I didn't think anything good was really going to come from that. And seeing how like he has been in the past, like I just kind of feel like, especially reading all the different accounts from people who were there, they were just like, it did not feel like a concert that I've been to before. And people have been to many of his concerts, but a lot of people said that this felt very different. And I just feel like the imagery and everything down from like the staging to the shirt he was wearing, it just felt very dark, and it disturbs me. And I feel so bad for the people who attended and had to witness all of that, because at the end of the day, I know they're traumatized. They're going to need some type of like therapy or so. It's not something that is just gonna be able to forget. Seeing all those images, I wasn't there. I'm all the way across the country, and that stuff I can't get out my mind. So I can't even imagine the people who actually went, what they had to witness, and how they're feeling. It's just I feel like so many people like were affected so negatively, and it sucks. And it's really bad that so many people got hurt, and the people who lost their lives. It's not fair. And like I said, at the end of the day, everyone involved with that concert failed those concert goers.
Facts. I'm with you all day long on that. I mean, yes, the energy was jacked up. The way everything was set up and all that. I just think that it was a crazy coincidence. I'll say that. You go with the theme, and then next thing you know, that theme turns into the callous of why everything went bad. But I do think that I don't think it was ill intent. I think that there was you know what I mean? I think that things happen. People, crazy ish went down, and it shouldn't have gone the way it did. He has the freedom of expression, the freedom of being an artist. It just sucks that it was during a time where it was a fairly demonic type of theme. And that's what sucks about the situation,
Yeah, no, I agree. Everyone definitely has their right to say and feel and express what they want. But at the same time, it's such a big platform. And I just feel like you have to be so careful because so many people are so easily influenced.
Facts.
And like I said, when, he told the guy to jump off the stage and telling people to break through the gate, not listening to security, like people are so influenced by things like that. So you just have to be extremely mindful when you're telling big audiences or big groups of people who know who follow you. Because I don't know, for me, I feel like his base is a little cultish. That's just my opinion. But it's just kind of like, if he says jump, they're going to say how high.
Facts.
And that, to me, that's just very scary.
It's very scary, but and that's what's terrifying about it, because he knows for a fact that he has that kind of power. And then he used that power, like, when you get drunk with that kind of power, you lose sight of what you're trying to do, what your goal is, or what you're trying to accomplish. And it can turn to evil. You know what I'm saying? It can turn into something devastating for people,
Exactly. And the one other thing that I'll say is like what really stuck out for me is looking at all the videos of people who are making, they specifically say it felt like you were in hell. You couldn't breathe.
Yep.
You couldn't move. You couldn't, like it just felt very constricting. People were just falling out all over. Like that to me, it's just, I just, that could have been prevented. Like,
I agree.
That to me, like, I just be feeling like you can't breathe. Like I saw a video like of somebody, I guess they were recording like from the side, like it was like right next to the pathway you could walk through, and people literally like you couldn't even raise one of your hands if you wanted to. Like it was it felt like a setup, and it was so preventable. And I just really hope that people who deserve the justice that they need will get it in due time, because that was so preventable.
Absolutely.
That's all I really wanted to say. But thank you so much for allowing me on here this morning.
Anytime. Thank you so much for your call. All right.
Thank you. All right, bye.
Hey, you on the mic with the Pascal Show. What's your name? Where you calling from?
I'm calling from Houston, Texas, where the incident happened.
All right. Your name?
Maya.
Maya, how you doing? What's on your mind? Speak on it.
Yeah, when I didn't hear about the situation until the day after, and I'm like, okay, what's going on? Because I live where, like I said, I live where the incident happened, and it just popped up on my feed, and I'm like, okay, what's going on? Then I read it about it. I'm like, well, I haven't heard anything like this, but I thought, if it was Travis Scott's concert, it's all on him and the people who organized it and run it.
Mm-hmm.
And I worked for a security place, and and I did research and they weren't a part of it. But if it's gonna be somebody's security, you should be watching out for people who try to be on stages, and you should have adequate medical people there,
Mm-hmm.
and just make sure like everything goes the way it should be and have no chaos going around.
Absolutely. I mean, I think that there was a certain amount of responsibility and a certain amount of things that should have been taken care of that were just not taken care of at all. You know, they did not do anything, and that's what's so frustrating
Right.
about this situation. People tried to do something, they had no experience. You know.
Right. And when I saw Drake's name in the like in the lawsuit for like the people who got hurt and obviously who got killed, I'm wondering, how is Drake involved? Was he there, or
Drake was there. He showed up for like one song kind of thing. He did like a guest appearance and then he hopped off the stage. So it was not like he wasn't there long enough for him to really, I mean, in my personal opinion, I don't think he was there long enough for him to really see what was going on. You see what I'm saying? Like, I don't think he was fully up. I don't know who that is, but anyway, but I don't think he knew. I don't know. I don't think if he knew what was going on. You know what I mean? But I appreciate your phone call. Thank you so much, sweetheart. All right.
So one thing I came across just a minute ago.
Hold on 1 second. I am closing the phone lines. I am closing the phone lines just for now because I got two people on. Real quick, David. Real quick. What are you going to say?
So basically, shit, I lost it. Never mind.
No, if you get it, just let me know. We got Lisa and Anastasia. Hello, ladies. How you doing?
Hi.
Oh, hi. Hi again.
Hello. So what's on your mind on these on this, guys? Speak on it.
I was gonna say what I was gonna say. Sorry, I just woke up and like saw you live. So anyways, what I was gonna say is that some people kept saying that it was demonic and things like that. Well, I'm a young scientist, so like this terminology is a little bit I mean, definitely outside of the scope of modern science, so to speak. But what I was gonna say, and like to put people's emotions about it in more scientific terms, I think what they mean by that is more like they notice that vibe of aggression and some negativity. Because when you think about it, artists around the world like that, they're often expected to kind of like become like to like tap into helping out with some mental health issues in some ways with their lyrics, with their, and it's not only in American popular music, but everywhere on the planet is like that. Because I mean, mental health is really expensive and inaccessible, and somehow these young folks, I don't know, who are not mature themselves, like Travis Scott, are expected to like. Basically, what I'm saying, it's, I don't know, but do you know what I'm talking about?
I mean, a little bit.
I'm Lisa from Ireland here.
Hi,
Listen,
Lisa.
I think what Anastasia is, I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing that right, is trying to say is that maybe at these concerts there's a level of groupthink that people get carried away with. But in my opinion, regardless of that, and I've been to a gazillion concerts because I'm on the other side of definitely your age. It's not good enough. I know I'm from the other side of the world, and this isn't America bashing. It isn't. I think America is an amazing place. I love America. But considering how litigious your society is, I do not understand the narrative that's breaking out in and around this event, blaming this singer. Yes, he is liable, but more so the concert promoters, the concert.
Live Nation is the one.
Yeah, but the narrative on the news is concentrating on him. Yes, he is liable, but more so the concert promoters, more so the organizers, more so the venue. I have organized events, and the one thing that takes primacy over anything else is the safety of whoever's attending the event. Because you will get sued into oblivion. But what seems to be happening here is the blame seems to be pinning it on this singer, who is liable. But more so, the venue, the organisers, they put no safety protocols in place. They put nothing in place. The guy who jumped from the balcony, idiot. That being said, he doesn't deserve what happened to him. He certainly shouldn't have been encouraged by the singer, but it should not have been possible for that to happen. And I think they're just looking for scapegoats instead of fixing the problem. Just my opinion.
Absolutely. I mean, that's how it usually goes down, right? Whenever there's a huge catastrophe or some sort of, something huge that happens to even in a company, you'll see them go, well, somebody got to be the fall guy.
Yes,
we got
instead of the actual problem.
Exactly. Instead of actually finding a remedy to the issue, they'll sit there and go, well, somebody got to take the fault. Somebody got to be take the fall for the situation. And speak, we're looking at Travis Scott getting into a whole lot of trouble because he's the face of it. He's the face.
Yeah,
and
he
until
is, but
he's
that
able
concert,
to put
that
that over
promoter,
to something else.
Yeah.
Yeah,
ahead.
Live Nation. Nation.
Like they
Go ahead,
both
Lisa.
are. They both are liable, and they both should
Absolutely.
be sued into oblivion because this guy fell. The idiocy though he was, he shouldn't be. He's now paralyzed. He's going to have a difficult life for the rest of his life for one stupid act that was enabled and facilitated by the singer, the venue, the concert promoter. All three should be sued into oblivion because all three could have taken steps or done something to stop that happening. Similarly for the crowd crushing. I've been in concerts where the crowd crushing has happened, and there are steps that can happen, and they do happen. And it's only when money trumps everything that not only, but it's usually only when money trumps everything. I just don't understand why the news is focusing on this Travis Scott guy, and all this talk about demons, and that has nothing to do with anything. I mean, for God's sakes, back when I was young, they were talking about listening to radio or records backwards, and that was going to warp our minds. Turns out it didn't. Anyway, just my thoughts.
No. And you are not wrong with that.
I was gonna say, I was just gonna say, to reiterate the thought from the previous broadcast that we did about Live Nation, because it's an Austin-based company once again, and I mean it's so powerful here in town. And I just read that apparently right before, maybe I'm confusing the facts, so don't quote me on that, but right before the concert, they had like a board meeting or something where the valuation of the company was announced, and they were valued at like $4 billion. It's like a multi-billion-dollar company. It's not an exaggeration. And like now in the media, everyone's talking about Travis Scott, and like Live Nation is like a secondary. So like maybe I'm sorry, I forgot the name of the other speaker, but maybe the reason why you were not even able to name the company, it's because in the media everyone's talking about Travis Scott, and like Live Nation is like Lisa. Because like a Live Nation, I only remember it was mentioned by Houston Police Department chief, and then a few times in other outlets, but like everyone's talking about Travis Scott, and I think it has a lot to do with the fact that not only is he a famous rapper, but he's also married to, or like not married, but in a relationship with one of the Kardashians. So that by itself creates a lot of buzz and attention. But definitely Live Nation is milking the fact that nobody's paying attention to their violations. And they have had a history of multiple violations. And here in town, they're known for those violations. The fact that they allowed so many people to be in that VIP zone and like bust through the gates or like through the fans, that's just insane. And like at first, I remember during our last broadcast, I asked about, well, what about people ODing or something? But then I saw the footage, and people were really like they're squished as they were standing horizontally, meaning like they were not even being able to breathe, like as they were standing in that crowd. So it's just like, how do you like abuse this whole financial opportunity so much and like abuse all the safety measures. And I mean, I'm sorry, I just don't understand. So frustrated.
No, it's okay. I mean, you are absolutely right with the feeling of this whole like what the f WTF, like, because it's something that I don't think all of us could really, we can't even fathom this idea, that there are people that were in dire straits, that people were trying to survive. Actually, real quick, while you guys are here, let me just I want to show something to you guys, because I saw this, and I just feel like we need to see this video. It's just messed up, and it just shows a snippet of like the struggles that people were having at the concert. So let me just show this to you guys really quick, while you guys are all on here. And then unfortunately, we're gonna have to start wrapping up the show. But here is just a little bit of a video. If you can see right over here, there are guys that are literally stuck. I'm gonna roll that back just a little bit. Oh, I can't actually. But as you can see, people are trying to get out. Look at that. Look at that. People are getting pulled out from the barricades because they're getting crushed. People are literally getting crushed.
And there's nowhere to go.
Oh, and there's more. Oh, there's more. Trust me, there are more. But this is just a snippet of what's going on out here during this event, during this festival. People are fighting to get out from beyond because they're like, I can't breathe, I can't move. Get me the hell out of here.
That's all on the promoters, the organizers. That particular,
Crazy.
that's the singer has nothing to do with that particular issue. That's all on the promoters and the organizers who didn't put some sort of barrier in place. I've been at many concerts where I've been at Glastonbury, which is 120,000 people, and oh my sweet Jesus, I mean, the crowds, but at no point have I ever felt I was going to be crushed. There are protocols that you can put in place, and yes, it detracts from it a little bit, but you know what, it's an easy choice. I'd rather enjoy a concert and know that everybody in my group and around me is safe than worry about being crushed by 10,000 people behind me not knowing that they're stepping on me. This has happened in sporting events in Europe. Protocols put in place. This has happened in concerts in Europe. Protocols have been put in place. What's happened here is the promoters, I can't remember who you said they were, Anastasia, but I'm not from America, so I don't know.
Live Nation.
Yeah, it's Live Nation.
Yeah, like we have versions of them here, and all that kind of stuff doesn't happen because regulations are put in place, and you cannot get planning permission for an event without having safety protocols in place. That doesn't mean stuff doesn't happen, but at least you have planned for events happening and you have steps to prevent them happening. And if they do happen, you have a plan of attack.
Protocol.
It's that simple. Protocols. And they're enforced by regulations, not by some wish list of moneymakers lobbying. That's the biggest problem I see in America. Regulations are either not in place or not enforced, and money trumps everything. And the people who pay the price are the people who paid the price to go to that concert.
Well, Lisa and Anastasia, thank you both for coming on. I really do appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Anytime. And
yeah, I'm going to be working on your Russian from now on.
I'm working on it. Spasiba. Spasiba.
Yes,
right. Thank you guys. Talk to you guys soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye. The thing is I want to say I appreciate everybody for calling in and the video chats. I'm still trying to figure out which one is easier to do. If it's easier to do the video chats or if it's easier to do the phone calls. But I'm seeing that it's kind of a mixture between the two, and I'm still trying to find a way to master it so that people who can call in on the phone, and people who want a video chat can video chat at the same time. That's the one thing I'm still trying to piece together, because that's something that is not, I'm having a hard time doing it, right? But I wanted to say that yes, all of the people that were involved with this whole festival should be held accountable. I don't think Drake should be held accountable, but I really do think that Travis Scott and the people that are involved with this whole thing, Live Nation and the powers that be, should most definitely be held accountable. One last thing I want to show you guys before we head off, which I'll probably show in another video on another time. There's another video that I thought was really messed up as well. I can't show I can't play the audio, but there is some titles in this video that I think are very helpful. But like I said, it is just devastating to see that this is what's going on. So this is, just so you guys know, this is what's going on. Obviously, at the event, people are recording this thing, filming this thing. So it says security going to get help after finding someone not breathing close behind us. Now, this is all the crazy stuff. He's not having a pulse. He's not having a pulse. Then so obviously somebody's like, there's like 4 people out here without a pulse. Now, Houston PD coming after a long minute. I told them we need chest compressions. Hey, anybody that passes out, I missed that one. But HPD just waiting on paramedics. So the HPD was waiting on paramedics, but not willing to go in there and try to help? I don't get that.
So, from what I understand, and I don't have all the information, but it does seem like there's just a fairly small detachment of police there, basically hired as guard. It seems like they were approved for 50,000 people by the fire chief, though rumors are that they had far more than 50,000 in there.
Oh, obviously, because they had thousands of people bum rush the gate. So you
Right.
got to add at least another grand, another 2,000 people on top of it, maybe even more, because there were so many people that just, you know what I mean? So,
and
no.
And I mean, on top of that, you have Travis Scott. Encouraging people to push against the security guards at multiple concerts. But of course, the vendor was a major problem as well. Like I mentioned, partly it was their barricade design that kept people from being able to leave, while also kind of trapping them in one location. But Live Nation was the one that did that, and I do think the Travis Scott holds some responsibility here, especially because of the way he's engaged with his guards before. I mean, even if you look at the Kyle Green situation, Kyle Green was largely paralyzed after the fall because Travis Scott sent his guards to carry him around with a broken back and then brought him up on the stage and everything with a broken back, which obviously made everything worse. So in a lot of these incidences, it's he exacerbates the situation and makes it worse. There needs to be an investigation into why the police took so long to respond, because there was supposedly at least a few guards there, though with a crowd of that size. You could also point towards arguably the fire chief if he had some way of counting the numbers, saying that people were in there. But either way, Travis Scott makes this worse. Live Nation set it up so that it was not safe to be there in the first place, and Travis Scott is the one that ultimately made it dangerous to be there by the provocations.
By making that foundation, creating that foundation of years and years of creating chaos and mayhem and anarchy at his shows, right? And that kind of vibe, people were used to this. That's why they came in and started doing this ish. All right. Real talk. Says paramedic finally came and saw the situation after a long minute. After carrying out the people not breathing in the stretcher, they started escorting the VIP section behind us. Including Kylie, Kendall, Stormy, and Travis's mom. After carrying out the people not breathing in the stretcher, that's when they took them out. So they were the first to go. I'm sorry. The first people that were first to go to make sure that they were safe were Kylie, Kendall, Stormy, and Travis's mom. And I get it. I mean, that's his family and all that. They got to make sure everybody's okay and all that too. But at the same time, there's still a lot of people in here that are getting suffocating, that are hurt. And the first people who aren't hurt, right, that are in the VIP section, they take out first. Huh? Does that make sense? Okay. Obviously, I can't play the video, but look at this. Like, to me, I'm sorry, and now it's just repeating itself. But to me, this doesn't make any sense, right? You got people out here that are not having a pulse. People out here that are collapsed on the ground, getting trampled on, and the sort. And the first people you take out are Kylie, Kendall, Travis's mom, and some other person. I forgot the name. Like, what? Like I said, people are ill prepared, under experienced, I guess, right? They were understaffed for security and medical staff as well. And the first people they take out is Kylie, Kendall, Stormy, and Travis's mom. When they seem to be okay, they seem to be in an okay spot where they were safe. But they're the first to go. When all these other people are getting smashed up against barricades and stuff, they're the first. Okay. David, what were we going to say? It just ain't working for me.
It sounds like the medical staff was not properly trained either. It sounds like they were both performing CPR on people that were already dead, and allegedly performed CPR on one person that was alive, CPR, so chest compressions on a person that was alive, and broke one of their ribs, which is that's always a danger when you do CPR and breaking somebody's ribs. That's why you don't do it on somebody that's alive. But it sounds like they did that to at least one person that was alive, injuring their ribs. So it does seem like the medical staff they had on hand was not well trained either.
Yeah, no, and I see that's the thing. For me, it understaffed. The people that were there, that were a part of this craziness, were not properly vetted. There were people who are medical staff that didn't even know the simple basics, of CPR or anything of that sort. That doesn't make any sense to me, right? All this math, like I've said a million times before, just ain't mathin', in my personal opinion. But it is that time. It is time to get going. I want to say a big thank you to everybody who came on today. I really do appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. David, thank you so much for being on. As always, it's never a dull moment on this show, is it?
No, it was an interesting discussion for sure.
It's been a wild one, y'all. I want to say a big thank you to all the super chats and all that. I didn't get a chance to do one, but a little bit. Thank you so much for the $10 super chats. She said, gotta go, but thank you, the Pascal Show. Of course, Laura Bell, thank you for the $2 super chat. They are crowd surfing unconscious bodies. Yes, they were. And that's what's so crazy about this whole dang story. But like I said, obviously things are going to be developing. More and more stories are going to be coming out here as time goes on. Hopefully I will have Christine Brown on to hear her 2 cents on this story and this whole event, because she does a lot with Chris Brown's tours and all that. And she has a lot to say. So hopefully I'll be having her on very, very soon. Unfortunately, she couldn't come on this morning, but she will be on. I guarantee you, she will be on very, very soon. Okay. But as this story progresses, as more information comes out, I guarantee you we will be on to talk about it. Okay, we're going to get through this together. I am also working on reaching out. I have reached out to a couple of the people, some of the survivors of the concert. Hopefully we'll have some things locked up and loaded for you guys for the remainder of this week as this story continues to unfold. But anyway, it is time to get going. But before I go, do not forget to hit that like button down below, and most definitely hit that like button. Just hit it past 500 likes. That would mean a lot to me, okay? And also, one other thing. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, baby. You know what I mean? We working hard out here in these streets. There's so much going on. So much. I got so many other pop-up videos and stuff coming around the bend here. Be ready, because there's some crazy stuff popping off that has nothing to do with AstroWorld. Some other stuff. So be on the lookout. I got some stories for that age. Okay? Much love to you guys. Okay? Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. And I will see you guys very, very soon. Stay safe out there, guys. All right? This is the Pascal Show. Bye.
You're going to perform tonight?
I can't make this interview boring because this man is too exciting as a host. And I'm truly saying this, and if y'all can't do this, me and this man here is going to leave and go somewhere else where we can get some love. I want everyone in the building to say, I love Pascal on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Wow.
Homeowners and property managers, if you're looking for effective and humane ways to remove wild animals and deal with the damage that they have caused, we have good news for you. Introducing Wildlife Command Center. We are the only wildlife company that checks 70 different areas on a structure to determine the answers to the following questions. For more information, call us now.
The Fur and Leather Center, providing the highest of fur and leather goods.